Relations in between the international community and the Taliban have been rocky over the years. The United States especially dislikes the Taliban, having lost a 20-year war against them. Joe Biden, the commander-in-chief, has expressed dissatisfaction with Taliban governance following the fall of Kabul, so you wouldn't expect him to do something so rash as joining the Taliban. However, he has harbored major secrets in the past, so it wouldn't be entirely out of character for Biden to take up arms in Afghanistan. It would explain why the US pullout from Afghanistan resulted in so much valuable military equipment being left for the Taliban. Domestically, the fallout from this betrayal would be huge. Only one sitting president has ever resigned, and by joining the Taliban, Biden would become the second Catholic president to prematurely leave the presidency. Indeed, it would prove a challenge for President Biden to actually arrive in Afghanistan, considering the fact that the country is under enemy control. The Secret Service would never allow this. So if Biden were really committed to joining the Emirate, he would first have to capitulate the presidency. After all, joining a terrorist organization is a federal crime. This would lead to Kamala Harris becoming the president, and her views on Afghanistan are very similar to those of the Biden we think we know. Chances are, the US military operations in the Middle East would remain the same, although they'd have to account for one more Taliban fighter. And as for the Taliban itself, they would most likely welcome the legitimizing presence of a world leader, as the Islamic Emirate of Afghanistan is currently unrecognized as being under Taliban governance. It's unlikely that Biden would be a ground fighter, due to the fact that he is 80 years old. Nonetheless, he would be an imposing figure around the other Taliban leaders, as he's half a foot higher than the average Afghani man. He's 6 foot, and Afghanistan is the shortest country in the world, with their average height being 5'6". There's also a decent chance that his arrival in Afghanistan would be controversial among the Taliban leadership. Some might think that it was a kind of publicity stunt, or that he was only a performance artist. There's a chance that, harboring anger toward the US over the recent war in Afghanistan, Biden might be assassinated by a vengeful militant. In the United States, this would become a sensational story, as nothing comparable has happened in the history of the nation. Many documentaries, movies, and memes would be spawned out of the fiasco. It may become a partisan issue, and a subject of discussion in the 2024 election. If the Republican National Committee favors Trump, then Trump would most likely play into the scandal and characterize the Democratic Party as being full of secret Taliban operatives. Ron DeSantis has previously criticized Biden's pullout from Afghanistan, so if he was nominated, he would probably take a similar approach to Trump. Regarding the Democratic Party, they would be panicking, as their president joined a geopolitical enemy of America. The progressive wing of the Democratic Party would see a resurgence, with an 83-year-old Bernie Sanders being nominated. Although he has stated that he doesn't intend to run in 2024, everything could change if Joe Biden joined the Taliban. Kamala Harris would run for re-election, but it is unlikely that she would win due to her association with Biden. Living in Afghanistan under the Taliban, Biden would have access to slightly worse healthcare than what he would have in America. As a result, it's expected that he would die in 5 to 6 years, and be buried among veteran leaders of the militant group. He would have a lasting legacy as one of America's most unique presidents, and the Taliban's most special fighter.